Hello everybody, it's Yongxin Hu. Welcome back to the 28 Days Eat with Who's Kitchen video series. It's day 7. Finally the last day of this week. How is your week going so far? Have you learned many new skills with me? I do hope you guys are enjoying this video series. We already had 18 amazing recipes or ideas so far. I'm going to give you guys another 3 amazing, brilliant recipes. What are we waiting for? Let's get our breakfast started straight away. Before we start our breakfast, make sure you have subscribed to my channel and give my video some likes. If you see something I'm using in my video and you want to buy the exactly same one, I have popped a few links down below. Make sure you check them out. For the breakfast, I'm going to teach you guys how to make eggs Florentine. It's actually quite simple dish. So basically, it's a vegetarian version of the eggs Benedict. Rather than use bacon, here we're going to use spinach instead. This recipe is actually quite easy and simple. However, timing is really important. First of all, I'm going to weigh 225 grams butter or 1 cup butter. Here we are using the unsalted butter. I'm going to put my saucepan on the scale and I'm going to zero it. Here is 225 grams butter. I'm going to leave it aside for now. Then I'm going to get an English muffin out. We are going to slice it to half. Then I'm going to toast them in the oven. Right here, I just moved to the hob and we are going to do a few things at the same time. So first of all, I'm going to put my 225 grams butter on the hob first. We are going to melt it. Then at the same time, I'm going to put 100 grams spinach in the pan. Leave the butter saucepan on low heat and we are going to leave the spinach pan on medium heat. So here my spinach is cooked and my butter is melted. I'm going to turn off the hob and I'm going to put spinach on the side and squeeze the water out a little bit and also leave the butter in the saucepan. So it's about 5 minutes now since I put my muffin in the oven and now I'm going to check them. I think I just checked them the right time and they are done now. I'm going to put them on the side. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make the hollandaise sauce. And here I'm going to use some boiling hot water in my saucepan. And we also need either stainless steel bowl or a heat-proof bowl. So we are going to set the bowl on top of the pan. So here we need to make sure the bottom of the bowl not touch the hot water. For the hollandaise sauce, I'm going to quickly separate some egg yolk because here we only need the egg yolks. So here I will need a little bit help. And I just asked my friend, I think he's on the way. Right, now my friend arrived and let's quickly separate the eggs. So now I'm gonna start with the egg yolks. So we're going to whisk it until the texture is like a foamy texture. Now I'm gonna quickly add 2 teaspoons white wine vinegar. Then quickly whisk them again. So here we're going to be on and off the water bath, just in case the temperature is too high and the eggs gonna be scrambled eggs. So I'm just gonna on and off a few times until I get the right consistency. So here, as you can see, the more we whisk it, and the color gonna getting slightly lighter. So this step gonna help us and make the egg yolks combine the butter slightly better. Once you get this kind of consistency, and you're going to slowly add the butter, tiny bit at a time. So I'm gonna add a tiny bit butter while I'm whisking it. So from these steps, I have to say, my tip will be patient. Once again, we need to be on and off the hob constantly, so in case the egg's gonna be scrambled eggs. Once you get the about right consistency, we are going to add 1 tablespoon lemon juice. And whisk at the same time in case the sauce split. Honestly, if anyone in your household want their arms getting bigger or stronger, ask them do it for you. Now I'm gonna get a teaspoon out and just going to see if the sauce gonna coat the back of the spoon nicely. So dip my spoon in. As you guys can see, it has coated my teaspoon. So that means the consistency of the hollandaise sauce is right now. And I'm gonna turn off the heat and just let them sit in the water bath. And the water bath is supposed to keep them to the nice consistency. So I just quickly move to the hob because I need to quickly make some poached eggs. And here I'm gonna teach you guys how to make a foolproof poached eggs. We are not gonna use any vinegar or any water tricks here. So all you need is 1 cup, some cling film, and 2 plastic clippers, and some spray oil. So the first thing I'm gonna do, obviously, I'm gonna turn on the heat and add some boiling hot water in the saucepan. So we need to wait the water to be boiled like this, basically rolling boiled. First of all, I'm going to put the cling film just above the cup, and I'm going to use some light spray oil, spray the surface of the cling film, and then I'm going to crack the egg in. So here I'm using quite a lot of cling film, just in case, you know, the weight of the egg make the egg drop into the cup, just in case. And I'm going to now drop a little bit further. Well, seal it. So we're going to seal the top of the cling film. Make sure it's definitely sealed. Then I'm going to twist it to make it nice and tight. And then we are going to use the plastic clipper to clip it. Then I'm going to pop it in the water. And we are going to leave them in the medium heat for about 5 minutes. It has been about 5 minutes. I just quickly got my poached egg out, and now I'm going to undo the clipper. Just be really careful here, it's still boiling hot. And then I'm going to use the scissors to cut the cling film open. Then I'm going to pop it straight on a spoon, so when we serve it later, it's gonna look pretty. Look at this. Now we are going to plate up. Now I'm going to plate it up. So we are going to get our muffin first. Then we are going to add some spinach. So make sure you squeeze the water out of the spinach a little bit. Otherwise, you are going to get a soggy muffin. So here I'm going to put the spinach on the muffin. Maybe a tiny bit more. It's going to make my food look slightly healthier. Then I'm going to add my poached egg on. Be careful. Then our homemade hollandaise sauce. Give it a quick stir and sprinkle some over it. Then we are going to add some tiny bit salt and pepper. Here is my homemade eggs Florentine. Now let's try my breakfast. Oh wow. God, it's so good. It's so good. Honestly, the best hollandaise sauce I ever had. So good. Oh my god. Honestly, I can't stop eating it. Right, now I'm going to enjoy my breakfast as I can't stop eating it. It's so delicious. I will see you guys at lunchtime. Bye. Hi guys, it's Yongxin Hu. Welcome back at lunchtime. So for today's lunch, I'm going to teach you guys make a wrap from scratch. And in this recipe, we only need 3 ingredients. So we need some plain flour, we need some water, and we need some salt. Do you want to know how I'm going to make the wrap? Let's go. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to weigh some flour. So here I'm going to put my glass bowl on my scale and zero it. Here we need 500 grams plain flour. Finally, I got my 500 grams flour. The next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna quickly boil my kettle because in this recipe, we are going to use boiling hot water, then 1 teaspoon salt. My kettle is boiled and I have transferred 300 grams boiling hot water in my jug. Here I'm going to slowly add the hot water in while I'm stirring the bowl. So we are going to add tiny bit first to make the salt melt and combine in the flour. Once there isn't much flour left on the bowl, we are going to transfer my flour mixture on my non-stick mat. So here I'm going to dust a little bit plain flour. Put them straight on my non-stick mat. So, because we haven't cooled the dough yet, so be careful when you're working with it. And here I'm going to put a tiny bit plain flour on my hands, and then I'm just going to work my dough until it's smooth. After 4,000 years, finally I'm happy with my dough. Now I'm gonna put my dough in my glass bowl, and then I will leave them in the glass bowl for about 15 minutes. We'll be back in a sec. Right, I have let my dough to rest for about 12 minutes now, and I'm going to dust a little bit flour on my silicone mat. And let's have a look. They smell quite nice. Right, now I'm gonna get the slightly sticky dough out of my glass bowl. Oh my goodness. Wow. So we're just going to work with it for a tiny bit. And now I'm gonna separate to half. Put the half I'm gonna use now back in the bowl in case it's dry out. And for the rest dough, I'm going to make it long first. Right, I'm just gonna roll mine to really long first, and then I'm gonna separate a tiny bit out. So I'm gonna separate my dough to about 85 grams each. I mean, obviously depends on how big is your frying pan, and for mine, that's probably will be about right. And now I'm going to take one, and I'm just gonna roll it to a ball first. And then I'm gonna quickly roll it. Get my rolling pin out. So, I think personally, the easiest way to roll the wrap will be if you go this way once, and go this way once, and 2 corners. It's potentially gonna be right. Let's give it a try. Then we roll this way, and then corners. Probably flip it. My wrap is pretty rolled out now. Now, I mean, you can just basically put that in your frying pan, and for the next step, that will be fun. But if you say you want to impress someone, like family, friends, or a date, and you can use like, so basically this is my cake tin, the bottom for my cake tin. So it's definitely can fit in my frying pan because it's slightly smaller than the frying pan. I'm just gonna use this, put on my wrap, then I'm gonna use my cutter, cut around it. Then you will get a perfect round wrap. Here I'm gonna quickly show you guys how to easily transfer your wrap and put them in the frying pan. So all you need is a really thin chopping board. I'm using my breadboard. Here I'm gonna dust my breadboard with tiny bit plain flour. Okay, just use your board, go under, and you'll be on your board straight away. And here we go. So in this way, the wrap can stay in the best shape. Let's move to the hob. And once the pan warmed up, we are going to put our wrap in straight away. And here we are going to leave the wrap on medium heat, and we are going to fry them about 45 seconds for each side until it cooks through. When the both sides of the wrap got a little bit brown color on, that means it's done. We are going to move them out and let them cool our plate. Oh god, I'm covered with flour. We finally managed to fry all of our wraps. The recipe I give you guys can make, let's have a count actually. Right, so here we made we actually made 12 wraps. Probably we can stretch it a little bit, make it 13 to 14 because the first one we rolled was slightly thicker than the rest of the wraps. Now I'm gonna show you guys what I'm going to put in my wraps. So basically I will normally put some fried vegetables and some lettuce, some cheese. Here, personally, I prefer mozzarella because it's really stringy, look extremely nice. And also I will add a little bit meatball in my wrap as well. So now I'm gonna quickly chop a few vegetables and I'm gonna quickly slice some onions and some peppers. I'm gonna pop them in the frying pan. I'm also going to slice some iceberg lettuce. Let's do it. So here on my chopped up vegetables, I have some parsley, onion, pepper. I'm going to put in a frying pan, and for iceberg lettuce, I'm just going to leave it on the side for now. Now I'm going to quickly fry some vegetables. Now I'm going to show you guys what I normally put in my wraps. So I got some lettuce, some fried onion and the peppers, and some faux cheese and some sliced meatballs here. And now I'm going to show you guys an easy way to wrap your wrap. So first of all, we're going to use one of the wrap which is freshly made. And here we are going to fold the wrap like this. And we are going to slice more than half straight away from this point. And now I'm gonna basically separate the wrap to 4 parts, and we are going to add some lettuce in the zone 1, then some fried vegetables in the zone 2, and then some cheese in zone 3. I'm gonna get a little bit extra cheese in here, yummy. And then some meatballs in zone 4. And then I'm gonna add some sauce here. So here I'm gonna use some low calorie yogurt and mint sauce. Then I'm gonna add some jalapeno and tomato relish. So this is mainly for the meatballs. Some salt and some peppers. Then I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna do next. So you basically hold the lettuce and just fold into the fried vegetables, and then turn it, do the same thing, fold into the cheese, and then do the same thing, spin it and fold it into the meatball. And then you have a nicely laid up wrap here. And next part is gonna be optional, so if you want the cheese in the wrap melting a little bit, you can always put them back in the pan for about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, or you can just eat like this. Then quickly turn the heat on and turn the heat down to medium. So you can see in the wrap, we have one side only got cheese in it, and we are only gonna put this side down and fry for 30 seconds. Right, now I'm gonna take the wrap out, then I'm gonna eat some. Here is my homemade wrap. Now is the most important part. Try my lunch. Wow. Let me have a big bite. Make sure I got everything in. Oh my god. It's so good. Honestly, this homemade wrap tastes way much better than the normal one which you can get from the shops. It's so tender and it's a little bit sweet and saltiness combined and with all the fillings in it. Brilliant, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Right, now I'm gonna enjoy my lunch. I will see you guys at the dinner time. Bye! Hi guys, it's Yongxin. Welcome back. It's finally the dinner time. It's also the last meal of the week 1. Yes, we made it! So tonight, I'm gonna show you guys one of my most favorite vegetarian-friendly, diet-friendly, low-calorie dish. It's a cauliflower steak. Honestly, I love steak, but after I tried this recipe, I will say, doesn't matter what steak you gave me, I'm not gonna exchange with you. Because this dish is absolutely amazing. So first of all, we are going to preheat the oven 180 degrees with fan or 200 without. Then I'm going to prepare my cauliflower. So here I'm just going to take all the leaves out. So the cauliflower leaves are actually edible, but we are not going to use them in this recipe. Sorry, cauliflower. I have taken most of the leaves out now. The next thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to basically chop like tiny bit of the end off. Here we are not going to chop the whole end off because if we chop the whole end off and the cauliflower will fall into pieces, we are going to use tiny bit of the end root to keep the cauliflower together. So when we cut the cauliflower, we are going to be gentle, not put too much pressure on it. So as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, the cauliflower leaves are edible, so if you left some leaves on it by accident or on purpose, that's fine. Next, I'm going to slice, so potentially 2 or 3 steaks out of my medium-sized cauliflower here. So because there are only 2 of us, I'm going to slice 2 pieces fat, thick steaks out of the cauliflower I got here. So probably you guys might be a little bit confused. Where shall we start? A little tip here, if we start from the middle of the cauliflower, roughly about here, then we are going to gently cut through. So be gentle with your cauliflower. And then we are going to slice 1 steak of each side. So probably I will say, I will start from just cut this end off here, and then that will give us a nice thick steak. So here is 1 slice of my cauliflower steak. Right, we are going to do the exactly same thing for another side. This will be my another slice of steak. I'm just going to quickly put my cauliflower steaks on a baking tray. As you guys can see, I put a sheet of baking paper on, and now I'm going to use my butter flavor fry light spray oil. Just spray the baking paper a little bit. Now I'm going to put my cauliflower steaks on the baking tray. So before we are going to pop the cauliflowers in the oven, I'm going to give the surface of the cauliflower a quick spray. Then we are going to put some salt and pepper on the cauliflower. Now I'm going to put all the cauliflowers in the oven for about 20 minutes. So we are going to set a timer and come back check them in 20 minutes. While we are waiting for the cauliflowers, now I'm going to teach you guys make the sauce. So here I'm going to finely chop some garlic and dice some onion. Here is my diced onion and garlic, and now I'm going to pop them on the hob to fry a little bit. So now I'm going to turn on the heat and let the pan warm up a little bit. Then I'm going to spray the fry light spray oil in my frying pan straight away. Once the fry light spray starts to change color, we are going to add in the onion and the diced garlic. Same time, we are going to turn the heat down to medium. Tiny bit salt. We are going to fry the garlic and the onion. As you guys can see in the pan, the onion has started to turn brown. Now we are going to stop frying them. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put in some chopped tomatoes with garlic. Then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon tomato puree. Then 1 teaspoon Italian seasoning or Italian herbs. And a teaspoon red wine vinegar. Some pepper. Some salt. Then I'm going to give them a quick mix. Then we are going to turn off the heat straight away. Just leave them on the hob until the cauliflower is done. It has been 20 minutes. I'm going to check on my cauliflowers. Oof. Right, so I think this side looks alright. I'm gonna take them out. Then I'm going to quickly turn my cauliflower sticks over. After we flip all of them, we are going to spray oil on them. Then put them back into the oven. We are going to leave them in the oven for about 10 minutes this time, and we are going to check them in 10 minutes. Guys, it has been 10 minutes. I just quickly checked on my cauliflowers. I think they are nearly done. Now I'm going to top them up with the mixture we just made earlier on. Now I'm going to add tiny bit of cheese on top of the mixture. Then, tiny bit of Parmesan cheese. Now I'm going to put them back in the oven until the cheese is melted and brown. It has been about 35 minutes in total. I'm happy with what they look like. I just took them out from the oven, and now I'm going to try to plate them up and try my cauliflower steak. So I just quickly plate them up. I also add a little bit extra healthy goodness with them. To be honest, the whole dish is already really low calorie. Here is my healthy cauliflower steaks. Now is the most important part. Try my dinner. Right. Let's dive in. 准备好。So delicious. Oh my god. Honestly, I do think my cauliflower steaks taste way much better than the normal steak. You don't believe me? Give it a try yourself. It's the end of week 1, guys. This is the last recipe for the first week. So start from tomorrow, which will be the week 2. My content is gonna be slightly different. Make sure you have subscribed to my channel to find out what's gonna happen next week. I do hope you guys enjoy the first week cooking and eating with me. If one of the 21 recipes is your favorite, remember, give my videos a like. Thanks for watching the week 1. I will see you guys tomorrow with the new content and a brand new week 2. Bye.